And I also handled one of the barred owls, and you can pass that feather around. That's a barred owl feather. This is Colby. Colby is a female American kestrel. We also have 2 males, or one male, and his name is Toby. He's not here today. He's in Allegheny right now. The birds that you can use for falconry, I've actually been learning a lot about that because I'm hoping to actually kind of smart after I take the falconry exam this spring, are the Harris hawk right here, the red-tailed hawk, and the American kestrel. When you first start out as a falconer, though, you can only have one bird, and you have your choice of 2 different species. And those species are the American kestrel and the red-tailed hawk. When you first get your first bird, though, you actually have to capture it yourself. And that's something I won't really get into, but you actually have to apprentice someone before you can become a general falconer and falcon on your own for 2 years. That's an apprenticeship. And to become a master falconer, it takes 5 years. Something interesting to note is in PA you can actually have one bird that you can't in New York, and it's the golden eagle. You can actually falcon with those. What you can capture with a red tail is something like squirrels, pheasant, grouse, stuff like that. With the American kestrel, it's mainly like sparrows, small birds, insects, small rodents. And Bella, the Harris hawk, she's also used for falconry. Mark's been training her, and I've also been handling her, trying to get her used to other people handling her. Not long ago, we got in, was it 2 red-tailed hawks? 2 red-tailed hawks. One was blind in one eye and had a broken wing, and then the other was severely frostbitten. Its legs actually moved like this. It couldn't move its toes. It was like that. And we tried working with him for about a month, but it ended up that his wings were broken too, but we just didn't notice it, so we ended up... Well, Mark actually has one bird that was shot. And then he also has several of them that either ran into windows or were hit by vehicles or I don't know. Petey, we have a peregrine falcon. He actually has part of his wing missing. Do you know why part of his wing's missing? Just nature. Yeah.
Just wondering, are a lot of the injuries as a result of growth?
Yeah.
Vehicles, running into windshields and things of that nature, didn't kill but okay.
Most of the birds that are injured are actually blind in one eye. And Mark uses these 2 to falcon by himself, but this past year he wasn't able to go out because of the weather. It was just awful.
So when you say falconing, what does that mean? Like hunting?
Yes. Falconry is actually using a bird of prey to hunt. What you do is you can either buy a bird when you're actually a falconer, or you capture your first bird. General falconer is allowed to get 1 or 2 birds every year, and master falconers are allowed 2. And after you become a general falconer, more is opened up to you, like you can get different species. I'm not exactly sure what. I think you can have like goshawks, but whenever you're a master falconer, you can have a golden eagle. And then
how do you capture one of these?
Well, it's a trap using like a mouse.
There's a special trap that we use.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the talking because it's hurt.
No, I know.
Yeah. It's a special trap. It's shaped kind of like a crab thing, or it's like a half circle and blunt at both ends, so like a half cylinder. And then we have these little lines that are shaped like this. And what you do is it's this open thing. You drop a mouse, like a live mouse or a hamster inside, and you just drive around and look for a passage bird. A passage bird is a bird that is no older than about 1 or 2 years. It's immature. It hasn't yet acquired its adult behaviors. When a bird actually acquires its adult behaviors, it becomes very hard to train. But you drop that on the side of the road, and then you come back, and usually the bird's talons, feet are stuck in the little nooses. And you check the tail. If it's a red-tailed hawk, they'll have more of a brown tail, whereas Ava, she'll show you, has a red tail. You want to handle it?
So how?
They get excited. They're actually very powerful too. before.
Who approves the falconer?
It's state and federal law.
So
You
you
have-
have the falconer, you can apply both? Or-
Yes, you have to apply to take the falconry exam, and then you have to find someone to apprentice.
And is that different state by state?
No,
Yeah. It's, everything's the same, it's just difference is the age.
it's your tail.
Some, Pennsylvania can open up a little bit more, and New York is a little bit stricter. With Deanna, she's gotta come over with me, if I sponsor her, she's gotta have a New York State small game license,
$85.
just to come over to, for me to sponsor her, but she's gotta go through Pennsylvania to get the license to do it.
Okay. And you've begun the process of the training?
I've been in contact with Harrisburg. His name is Britton Hollis, and his boss was out the day I called. And I was waiting on him to get back from the New York Environmental Protection. And I have to take the one exam. It's either whichever PA prefers, either in PA or in New York.
So it's an exam, is there a
It's on the
curriculum? Is there-
regulations, on permitry, on actual falconing,
Uh-huh.
as well as the biology and ecology of several bird species.
And
So it's a written, not a practical.
Yeah.
I was gonna- is there a practical component to it? Do you have to go out in
That's
the
when you
field?
become a falconer at 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Gee,
Now, do you breed falcons as well for falconry, or?
you can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I carry 4 different style permits, falconry, rehab, education, and also breeding.
Okay.
So the birds that I need for falconry, see, in New York, they changed a lot of the laws. Now, anybody that's a rehabber has a bird, they can bring it to us. We don't have to put on a permit. Because we're training to go back into the wild.
Okay.
I would imagine it's like, the bird's probably not happy after you trap it and then have to
No.
train it for the falconry.
Well, it gets used
No,
to
they-
it.
They're good about that.
Oh, really?
Because they know a hawk is one of the birds that goes for the easy prey. If you got food on your hands, they're gonna come right to you.
Really?
They take the easy route out.
So they're pretty easy to train after, once you've trapped it.
And each bird's different. Some can be trained within a week. Some of them may take a little bit longer. I've lost a bird and had one retrained within a week and it started up again.
Wow.
I mean, that's all depends on how your attitude is toward them and
Huh.
the response.
Behaviorally, what's the Snowy's name?
It's
Silly.
Snowy. Behaviorally, how does the bird change over the course of time with you?
How that, if because you're showing passion with them. And I have a thing in me that I try to explain, that they can pick up and read what's inside of me, and they know they're in good hands. He had a hard time because of the fact that he was an older gentleman, but once he started getting to know him, and these guys will all watch wherever I go, because I don't want to handle them all.
Uh-huh.
You watch.
So he's gonna follow you?
Watch her, she just did. She only turned her head because I'm
Especially
Oh.
if I go.
especially Snowy, yeah.
So every time I do my presentations, I gotta be up front because they'll look everybody in the back.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of times, like with Deanna, when I started having her hold a bird, my theory is, if anybody can handle her, they're okay. Because people can't understand, I know I can trust the bird. If they don't like you, you're wasting your time, because they pick everything up. I had a couple of friends on my permit, I had to throw them off, because he couldn't handle her right off the bat. And they tell me everything. I go by their judgment. If they don't like you, so why waste my time?
Yeah, right. So, what's her name?
Her name's Ava.
Ava. And so Ava's taken to you, huh?
Yeah, she likes me.